just thinking of Batencourt's 29 wins, only 3 have come against opponents with winning records. So he really has been carefully handled, and I'm just wondering, will he be out of his depth here, because Spike O'Sullivan is on a roll at the moment.
Yeah, don't blink, whatever you do. Spike's got 7 first-round stoppages, and all but one of his 13 total stoppages have come inside 3 rounds. For Batencourt, 15 first-round wins, 21 of his 23 inside 3 rounds as well. The expectation is the first one who lands could be taking the short route to success. We'll have to wait and see. It's interesting looking at from the Dominican Republic on tape, Jim. He really loads up with his punches and comes out swinging. He's obviously got power, because if he does connect, he gets rid of them. Admittedly, as you've already said, the opposition really, really poor. But he makes a lot of mistakes, as he did just there. That left hook caught him. A little wobble in the legs there.
Yeah, that one shook him up. Both men straight away looking for the power shots. Sullivan looking physically the stronger there. He's landed that left hook again, and again it's caused trouble.
And the switch downstairs as well. Ball coming out with those wide clubbing swings.
Sullivan keeping his defences nice and tight, blocking again. Just keeps it simple, gets close, and lets the bombs fly.
I talked to him earlier in the week, and he said, I've just got to be careful with this fella. Got to respect his power, but he does make a lot of mistakes. He leaves himself open. So he's not going to take any chances, he's not going to take liberties. And it's just a question of when he can connect. And they're both bringing a bit of dig here.
Yeah, 2 big punches landed from either man, but O'Sullivan's was the one that caused the damage. Every time he's landed cleanly, it's troubled Batencourt.
Batencourt was on the combination there. Did get the right hand in over the top that time. Nice work with the left hand there from Batencourt, switching the attack downstairs.
I mean, he does look well schooled, and you know, the fact that he's been carefully handled doesn't mean he can't handle himself when the time comes. But Sullivan has kept him on the back foot, has landed certainly better punches in the opening round. But Batencourt has had his moments, and he's having one now.
Yeah, you alluded to the quality of his opponent as he goes to work again with those lefts to the body. Absolutely terrible, some of them. Some of the rank novices, guys without a win, and he's just been bowling them over. Whenever you get a situation like that, you wonder what's going to happen when he gets in them with a live opponent. And he's felt his power. He's felt O'Sullivan's power, but he's made a couple of intelligent little adjustments here.
Sullivan seems to have kind of settled down as the round has progressed. He maybe wants to raise the tempo a little bit. He's landed the better punches in the opening round. But you know, a couple of times he's let Batencourt off the hook. So maybe just wants to take things a bit more serious than he's done. This is good work from Batencourt, not landing cleanly. But he's not allowing Sullivan to set anything up.
And again, continuing to work the body. Encouraging stuff there from Melvin Batencourt. Well, there were plenty of people around the place this week, Jim, who thought this fella was going to be cannon fodder, that all it would take was one big shot from Spike O'Sullivan, it would all be over. Nobody told him the script, and Spike might have to work for it tonight.
No, well, he was shaken up several times in the opening round. Every time O'Sullivan landed cleanly, you could see the effect of the punches, but he stuck with it and produced some good work of his own, Batencourt. See, that's the left hook. You can see the effect. That shook him up, but he kept his eyes looking straight back at O'Sullivan. Got some of his own punches off. I thought the better work in the opening round did come from O'Sullivan, but he fell asleep a little bit towards the end of the round.
Round 2 then of this 10-rounder at middleweight. Spike O'Sullivan, the man making the big fashion statement from Cork in Ireland. His only defeat came in 2013, a points decision against Billy Joe Saunders. A lot of mutual respect between those two at the final bell, I can tell you. And And again, Batencourt coming out, looking to land early and heavy, and O'Sullivan a little bit flat-footed there, and missing badly himself.
He's not dealing with the jab. This is good stuff from Batencourt at the start of the round. I think O'Sullivan may be depending too much on his power, not thinking enough about technique. Looks as though he feels he can just walk through Batencourt, but it didn't do it in the opener.
That was better. The front body to head and the right hook upstairs shook the man from Santo Domingo once again. And O'Sullivan looking to try to measure him up here, but still throwing plenty back at him, Batencourt.
I mean, he's making Batencourt work every second of the round. Over the 10 rounds, that'll probably play in his favour. But his technique is lacking. He's a little bit crude in his approach, O'Sullivan. Keeps his hands up nice and tight, which is a plus. But it just looks as though he feels he wants to do it with one punch, whereas Batencourt has the volume.
Nice hook to the body. He tried to find the headshot again, then he's got to work with the left instead. And again, Batencourt regroups and throws combinations. Nice uppercut mixed into the work as well. Well, he's on the back foot, and he hasn't spent much of his career at all on the back foot, and the legs wobbled again there as O'Sullivan tried to get a body shot coming in. Then another switch left upstairs, and O'Sullivan and that might be it.
Well, it was almost on the cards, Nick. Every time a clean punch landed, Batencourt was out of there, and he's not looking too steady.
He doesn't know where he is. They're going to let him carry on, but O'Sullivan's got this dialed in. You can see in his face, he just walks forward. One more of those, and he knows that's going to be it, and it's full survival mode here now for Batencourt, who's been systematically broken up, beaten to the punch here. And O'Sullivan lands another one of those right hands. Batencourt trying to dig in, and down he goes again, and there won't be a count. He's out. Why he's counting, I have no idea. He's absolutely out.
Well, O'Sullivan's just reminding us why so many people buy tickets to see him. It's exciting, but let's just hope at the moment that Batencourt is okay.
And there we go, the jig. A jig of delight from Spike O'Sullivan. Wicked punches, but what on earth was that referee doing there?
When a fighter is still on the floor, I like to see that the winning fighter just show a little bit of discretion, maybe just behave himself, because he took some heavy punches there, but want to make sure everything's okay. I do not know why the referee bothered with a count. That young man needed medical attention straight away, so I don't know what that was about. But I think Spike O'Sullivan now has realised.
Yeah, he's gone over as we're looking at the replay. Spike has gone over to have a look at his opponent.
Every time he landed, you could see the effects of the punch. But that looked like the finisher. I did not expect Batencourt to get back up from that. I did not expect him to box on after that. He showed a lot of courage, time and again.
I mean, it's just the way he went down here, Jim. You could see he was out before he hit the canvas.
Yep.
What on earth this referee thought he was doing, I have no idea. You don't even bother counting. I mean, that's, I think, the first one again.
That was the first knockdown.
Wait till you see the second one. What on earth was he bothering with the count for?
Yeah, but I mean, I do not know. It was obvious the man needed medical attention, not a 10 count.
I mean, the neck was twisted.
See, I think the finishing punch, it was actually the forearm that landed. It wasn't the knuckle part of the glove, but I think the damage was done there. There you are. I mean, it was actually the forearm that landed, but the damage had been done before that. And as we say, why did the referee bother with a count? This is when Spike, delighted to huge victory for him, obviously. But once he realised his opponent was in some trouble, and he settled down. But everything's okay now, thankfully. Batencourt back up on his feet. But terrific performance from O'Sullivan.
Yeah, good to see that Spike is in there showing some concern as well, as we still get Melvin Batencourt now very, very gingerly back to his corner. He's still in a bit of a state here, Jim. You know, that was on rubber legs. He walked back to his corner. So O'Sullivan does it again. This fellow we thought might be out of his depth. He showed some promise in that opening session.
He just could
not handle the power of Spike O'Sullivan, which is a serious weapon.